Finding myself. This is the story of Cindy Lockheart, a quiet girl who went through life lonely, shy, insecure, and bullied. She felt like she was just a shadow that no one noticed, unless they pitied her. Consequently, in her first year of high school was when everything changed. One warm sunny morning in spring, Cindy's mother surprised her by getting her contacts for the very first time. The girl wondered if anyone would recognize her without her thick-rimmed old glasses. When her older sister Amy saw the change, she insisted on giving Cindy a makeover before they went back to school on the next day. She started by loaning Cindy a cute, ruffled sundress to wear with adorable little heels. She also curled her flat, chestnut-colored hair and put on just enough makeup to allow her green eyes pop. Lastly, the finished touch was just a little bit of shimmering sheer lip gloss. Then, she looked at herself in the mirror, but she really did not feel much different. All she saw staring back at her was the same shy girl she has always seen. Eventfully, her mother drove them both to middle school that morning. When Cindy walked into class, something fell off of herself. It seemed like most of the kids were staring at her. She thought, is my acne that bad? She was just so used to blending into the shadows that their attention made her feel like something had to be wrong. Actually, guys were coming up to her trying to talk about football and sports. The football captain asked if she had a boyfriend, but she did not reply due to her shyness. She just ended up blushing and slipping into the crowd. Next, on her way to computer class, Summer Winker came up to her and said, "Hello," in a conceited way. All Cindy could get out was just the world hi. "I am Summer, the queen of this school," announced Summer. "Don't you recognize me? I am Summer. I sat behind you in math all last year." "I've never noticed you before, but do you want to catch a flick with my group of friends later?" the red-haired girl asked. "Sure, that sounds like fun," Cindy replied, excitedly. All the rest of the day, Cindy thought about what had happened. Summer had only been rude to her forever. Now, going to a movie with new friends did sound like a lot of fun. She really was not sure what to make of all of the new changes, but she was tired of being lonely. She felt like she needed to take a chance for once in her life. On the next day, she sat with Summer and her friends at lunch. They talked mostly about makeup and their smartphones for a while. It felt both strange and fun to be noticed for a change. Later, she was racing to her locker that day when she bumped into a tall girl. Then, she looked up with shock to see her old friend, Maddie from her old school. Maddie was a sweet girl who had long black hair and stunning blue eyes. They had both been really close friends until Cindy's family had moved last year. When Maddie's eyes saw him, she instantly pulled Cindy into a tight hug. They exchanged numbers before going to class. The following morning, as Cindy was chatting with her popular friends, she saw Maddie walk by with her arms loaded down with books. She came up to Cindy and tried to say something, but Summer cut in. "What are you doing over here, bookworm?" Summer asked, hatefully. "I just wanted to say hello," replied Maddie. "Get this in your head already, no one wants to talk to you, geek." "Get lost, you are bothering me," replied Summer. Cindy was in woe, thinking what to do, as Maddie walked away. She was not sure how to react. She knew she had not done anything wrong in her eyes, yet she felt so guilty for not standing up for her friend. Lastly, before bedtime, she got a text from Maddie that said, "You've changed for the worst, and not just on the outside." Cindy tried calling her back. Unfortunately, she would not answer. Maddie was absent from school the following day. In between classes, Cindy found Summer messing with a locker and offered to help. "I just need a bobby pin, this will not unlock," said Summer. "I have one in my locker I'll get," Cindy said, quickly. However, when Cindy came back, another girl was at the getting books out. She wasn't sure what to make of them until she noticed Summer getting her stuff out of another locker down the hall. She realized Summer must have been trying to break in the other locker. "Wow," she thought, "am I being friends with a mean person?" Over the next week, Cindy noticed that her new friends were bullying many other kids that were geeky or shy just like she used to be. She decided to test Summer one day by texting her, "Would you still be my friend if I had to get glasses or braces?" What are you going on about now? Summer texted, just answer the question please. Summer wrote, I don't hang out with geeks if that's what you mean. Cindy sunk down to her bedroom floor crying because she realized that she was not really her friend. They just cared about her looks and not her true self. The next day, just before it was time to leave, Cindy put a note into Maddie's locker asking for forgiveness. Right after that, Summer came up and asked her to come to a party that night at her house while her parents were away. Cindy knew better than that and declined. What do you mean no? No one ever refuses an invite to one of my parties, stormed Summer. Cindy replied, I don't want to go. Why the heck not? Summer. I don't think my parents will approve with no adults there. Cindy. Just don't tell them. Summer. No, I will not come. Cindy. You have to come. Summer. No, she doesn't. Maddie replied as she walked up. Shut up, geek, yelled Summer. Finally, Cindy confronted Summer. No, you listen to Summer. I'm not your friend anymore. I want real friends that care about me like Maddie, no fake friends that will pull me into trouble. Cindy said it all in the nick of time before a teacher came up and pulled Summer into her office for all the yelling. I'm so sorry about how you were bullied before, Maddie. I know that something should have been done, but I just froze. Cindy. Don't worry about it, I forgive you. Friends forever, Cindy? Maddie. Yeah, friends forever, Cindy answered as they left school together smiling. Cindy learned to follow her own heart and be herself no matter what others think of her. And in time, with Maddie's help, she came out of her shell and made many great friends. To the present day, many years and troubles later, Cindy and Maddie are still the best of friends. The end.